This is John Paul Rai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan, and here's one of my favorite subjects about the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case. It's Amber Heard's photographic evidence, which is now found to be, as we have known, not so great, and also the files are corrupt. I want to get into a few details on that, and I want to highlight a few tweets by some people who you probably might recognize who are covering this case. First one from Lisa Gandini. Well, that's a meme, but I figured good place to start. Alright, let's see what we got. And then Lisa goes on to say, isn't it funny how in 2016, Amber Heard refused to hand over metadata for her pics? Then, in the UK, NGN were all like, look at the metadata. See the metadata? Look, it's metadata. And now she's handing over corrupted digital files, but I'm sure there's nothing suspicious about that. Man, if you're a judge, if you're a jury, how could you not see right there? That is absolutely a huge red flag. Alright, I guess people once in a while have pictures corrupted. It happens. Files go bad. But it's pretty rare, to be honest. And what are the odds in this situation, with this timing, that those particular files that people think are fake anyway are corrupt? It just doesn't seem possible. If corrupted digital data and edited pics didn't change their mind, then there is nothing, absolutely nothing that will change it, because they don't want their minds changed, because this isn't about the truth for them or they're idiots. So that's probably two Amber stands, but it's also an answer to a question. If Johnny does not win this somehow, if it doesn't go his way, why not? And the only answer is the people listening don't want it to be true. They're not objectively looking for truth. They're just looking at, well, looks like, a woman was abused and a man can't be abused. They're playing identity politics, or they've got some kind of money in it or something like that. Bottom line, there's no way to avoid the facts and evidence Johnny's got. And of course, the real or B pitches in and says, update, Johnny Depp vs. Amber Heard, Fairfax, Johnny has filed for sanctions against Amber Heard regarding much of the digital media provided is corrupted, among other things. And of course, Laura's got some court documents to go along with it, like usual. And I want to read what I found most interesting. Making matters worse, much of the data that has been provided to Mr. Neumeister, if I'm saying that one right, to date are either irrelevant or seem to be corrupted. Irrelevant is also pretty bad. What were those pictures of her nipples in Istanbul, driving around with no pants? Some fake riot photos? Just my little guess. Of the over 58,000 photographs Mr. Neumeister has now received, a substantial portion are not the types of photographs ordered to be analyzed, namely pictures of Miss Heard. Many of the other photographs are essentially incapable of analysis. For example, there are multiple photographs that are visually the same and indicate they are the directly photographed image, but these original photos do not hash, with the hash being the digital fingerprint of the photograph. For other photographs, the EXIF data shows dates from the 1970s or 1980s, which is literally impossible since EXIF data was not invented until more than 20 years later, and Miss Heard was not born until whatever date. She's 35, we could fill it in, but who really cares so much? The EXIF errors were not the result of photos being extracted from unallocated space, as they revert to epic time in the EXIF data in most every case. Now, what I think happened was this, with my limited knowledge of computers and photos and stuff like that, is she went in, she tried to manipulate it, or somebody else did, most likely for her, and she got glitches. I don't think she set it to 1970s or 80s or something like that, but when you mess with things and you don't know what you're doing always, or you corrupt something, you get weird glitches. You get random information that shows up in these files. So that's probably what happened, but it's not so important that it says 80s and 70s. The important thing is it was tampered with, it was messed with, and that's not trustable. And I mean, this is, to her and to her followers and people on her side, some of the most important evidence she has. Obviously, it's terrible looking. We know it's terrible looking. But aside from that, it's corrupt and it's not even legit. So it's like such a weak case as far as the abuse end goes, which is really the core of the case here. You guys, let me know what you're thinking down below. Doing shout outs, special thanks, things like that. If you're not subscribed here, doing Depth First Heard, pop culture, whatever comes up that's interesting, little Manson once in a while too. And if you don't subscribe, I guess it'll be sad, but I'll get over it, make a new video, something like that. See you next time.